Hello everyone, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Total War Attila in our Eternal Empire series. We're going to end the turn to start off the episode here. We're moving into spring of the year, should be 451 AD. 450 flew by, I believe, just entirely in the previous episode. The Eastern Roman Empire is doing quite well. The Western Roman Empire is no more. The only thing that's left of Western Rome are some separatists that actually helped us. Well, no, they didn't actually help us. They tried to help us. They tried quite valiantly in a battle in the previous episode. But now the Picts, actually, of all people, control... Ooh, what are you doing? You're moving slowly. That indicates an attack. This guy's going to attack Sopiane. Oh, all right, so they're probably going to burn Sopiane to the ground. So the Huns are being very annoying at this point. Attila's dead. They don't have that many stacks left. They're the 10th most powerful faction. Sopiane's going to burn. Yep, there it goes. Damn it! See, this just pisses me off. Like, this faction could just roll over and let me kill them, but no, they know they're dead. They've been trying to propose peace. They're just going to harass me. They're going to make my life difficult now, because that's what they're good at. They're actually pretty close. They met no peace treaty for you. All right, so now this army is going to go in and attack Samandar because they're close enough. All right, so we're going to just auto-resolve this. Actually, we had a pretty good chance there. Probably should have tried to fight that. I might have been able to be clever with my defenses and possibly win that. It's interesting. They just sacked the city. They didn't retake it, even though it was formerly theirs. All right, the Italians want to... the Italians exist now as a faction. They want to trade with me. Everyone's going to be proposing treaties to me now because I'm this very, very powerful empire. Okay. Our income has dropped substantially. That's why. It looks like they had some people leave office. All right, this army, I want to go down and hit the Langobards. We're going to just take care of them. Problem solved. And we're going to occupy. Now it should show faction destroyed. Perfect. Alright, so that does away with one of the issues we were facing. Want to have dye tubs there as well. Okay, now this army is not very strong, but it is in good enough condition. All right, good. It's strong enough to chase them off. And now we're going to see if we can fight them. Yep, we can. All right, so that army no longer exists. And then hopefully we should be able to get back at Samandar. We can. We are going to repair the city. I don't know what was here, but we do need religious influence in this region, so I'm going to go ahead and build a statue of the Divine. We will build trade jetties here. We will finish... Oh, no, there was nothing there because we were breaking stuff down there. That's good. It's very, very good. And then in 2 turns, this spy will have finally arrived to help reduce corruption in that province. Sarai is slowly being rebuilt. Yeah, our income is way down. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. All right, it looks like there's a Hunnic stack near Petrodeva. So they've actually moved a couple of stacks pretty close to me out of nowhere, and they've randomly kind of gone on the offensive, which is supremely annoying. I'm going to try and hit the stack that just burned down that city. Of course he runs. Alright, so we're going to recolonize that. I don't want to waste any time. That does leave this army slightly vulnerable, but compared to the strength of this army, they're fine. They are fine. Speaking of other armies in the region, I also have this one. So I'm going to go ahead and... They actually have surprisingly small mobility right now. Is it because of that river? Crossing that river takes that much of an effort? Jesus. Okay. Well, what we're going to have to do is move them a little bit now. See how many movement points that took? That is ridiculous. All right, I'm just going to move them there. They're going to suffer some attrition, unfortunately, because they're... Or they might not. They actually might be safe where they're standing. That's good. Okay, we need to upgrade Escalculus. Also, this province needs to be rebuilt. I might as well do it now. We're not at war with anyone in the region. And the extra income would be good while we do all this rebuilding. Plus, the more provinces we rebuild, yeah, I'm going to do it. the more provinces we rebuild, the more of the fog of war we peel back, and the less the Huns are able to hide from me. So it gives me more of the ability. Yes, it spreads my territory out, so there's a negative, but I want to be able to see where the Hunnic stacks are. I don't want them to be able to mess with me. Speaking of that, I'm going to move this faction, or this army, down to Nitrawa. So that we can do a better job of chasing that army off. This is the army I'm most worried about. But even them, I mean, I've got a cavalry-heavy army in Leopolis ready to fight them. So I think we've got the Huns on the ropes. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at where the Huns are. Yeah, see, the Huns are showing as their leader being in my territory, which makes me think that these might be the final Hunnic stacks. That their primary strength is within my territory in these stacks that I'm looking at right now, which, God, I hope so. I hope so. I can't wait to be done with the Huns. Oh, wow. I can definitely upgrade these cities right now. I'm going to upgrade all 3. Or not, because I don't have the money, but we'll upgrade the next one next turn. Let's go ahead and end the turn and see what the Huns do. We're moving into summer at 451 AD. So, should be a little bit warmer, a little bit less snow in the next turn. Okay, this agent is going to come up and mess with the newly recolonized Sopiane, which is adorable. They could technically march to another city and burn it down right now just to harass me, and that would kind of be a near-death behavior, an indicator that they really do see themselves as a lost cause. Okay, they're not doing anything. They're just raiding for money. So this could be an opportunity right here. I'm not within striking distance of both of the Hunnic stacks that are in my territory, but I'm pretty close. All right, once again, Huns are messing with me with their agents. That's been happening for a while. All right, this stack is within striking distance. I'm going to hit him hard, and I think I should just be able to kill him. Yep, easy. Goodbye. All right, we're going to move this one back into Severia because Sopiane is actually part of that territory. We had spent a good while building Sopiane back up, so that's very unfortunate that they managed to damage that province. I'm going to move this army down to Apulum so that we're in striking distance at that stack, and yes, that's exactly what I wanted to see. I have a feeling that is the last Hunnic stack. Let's look at the strength ranking. They're strength 15. I don't know, though. I don't see any other Hunnic stacks anywhere. So this could be really, really good news. And to celebrate the good news, I'm actually going to recolonize even closer to Rome. I'm going to colonize right here with this territory. Colonize Verunum. So we're in Raetia et Noricum now, which is definitely Western Roman territory historically. And at the beginning of the game, it was Western Roman. So just to give you an idea, that's how far we are encroaching on Western territory now at this point. And all of this we're going to fill in as soon as we can as well. So that's going to be good. Speaking of that, that reminds me, I've got this army here. I brought them down from Tanais. I have this army here in Chernonessus. Oh, I definitely need to do some building here. Good lord. Let's do a trade jetty because there'll be a small trade. There'll be a small public order bonus to it being a trade city. And then I'm going to go ahead and have this army march north. Public order is going to suffer for a bit there. It might even be problematic, but I need to risk it because I need to keep moving. I need these factions up here that are giving me trouble to not be problems anymore. I'm going to build a fountain here so we don't have a problem with... Oh, we don't have a problem with sanitation. How is religious influence here? Pretty good. Are there still religious differences? Yes, there are. Ooh, big religious differences. So let's go ahead and beef the religious presence up here. We'll do an imperial cult basilica, so that'll help not only religious presence here, but religious presence in nearby colonies. All right, we do have a sanitation problem here, so we're going to upgrade that in Edessa, and that's all of our money. I'm really surprised at our income. This agent, can he deploy? Yes, he can. Perfect. Oh, yeah, that was a nice income boost. Definitely a nice income boost. So we're just reducing corruption in Siaka, and his presence will be very useful going forward. All right. Do I have any other promotions? You guys really need to start having babies. I don't know what your deal is. You're a governor. I don't even have you in battle on the field. You shouldn't have trouble getting it on and producing an heir. Because it would just suck so much that the emperor doesn't have a legitimate son. His only legitimate son, Septimus, died, and his wife has not conceived since. He has a daughter, Gagania, but we can't have an empress. It's just not allowed by the game. So his only other son is a bastard, Gratianus Nero. And I don't like that idea. I don't like the narrative going in that direction. I mean, we'll go with it if that's our only choice. I would much rather give the throne to someone who is of my blood. I mean, he is of imperial blood, but he was a bastard child, you know. So I guess I should clarify that. I've been treating him as if he's not royal blood. He is royal blood, but he was conceived outside of marriage. So I'm just trying to go about this in the most honorable way, because this is the honorable bloodline of Flavius Arcadius, who is of course Theodosius's, who looks oddly like me. He was Theodosius's son. Theodosius, of course, was the emperor that split the Western and the Eastern empires up. All right, we need to. Ooh, okay. We need to do some conversion here. The chieftain's house. Well, no, I'm going to break that down. Actually, that's not a high enough level building for me to worry about leaving it intact. Okay. Well, right, that might be the last Hunnic stack. So we might be about to finish them off in the very next turn. We will fight this battle too if we are able to charge them and attack them, because that could be the end of the Huns. If it's the end of the Huns, I'm going to be so excited. Yep. Yep. That's them. That's definitely them. All right, they're going to attack Petrodeva, which is hilarious. Oh, wow. It's saying we actually have a pretty even chance. That doesn't make any sense to me, but I'm going to believe the game, because this is the last Hunnic stack. So we're going to try and do as much damage to them as possible. The fact that they just proposed peace, that just backs up everything I'm saying. They're feeling desperate. There's nothing left of them anywhere. We've killed everyone else. All right, so it looks like we have a lot of... I think that's an actual cliff face there. The city's built up on a hill. So if there's some impassable terrain that forces them to come up this way, then we might be able to fortify this. And I don't know that we'll win this battle. This is way too big of an army for the game to be saying that I have a chance of winning, but maybe their morale is quite low. Maybe that's what it is. I'm going to do as much as I can with this. I really don't believe that I have a chance of winning this. I think something is wonky about... Yeah, see? That's more realistic. Thank you. Okay, now where... Yeah, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to barricade that. And we're going to make them fight me right here. I've got very heavy spear infantry that I'm going to just line up. Hang on. How does this wall work? Perfect. All right, now we're going to get into Testudo. So we're just going to try to make all of the Huns crash their forces against ours. Trouble is, a lot of their forces are actually... Oh yeah, we're definitely going to have our archers right there. That's awesome. a lot of their forces are actually missile cavalry, you know? So I don't know that this will work that well, but we're going to try it. I think that's everyone. These are not standard units for the series. These are vanilla Attila units. So this is what, you know, Eastern Rome looks like when you're not using the mod that I'm using to make the soldiers look truly Roman. All right, let's just speed things up. They're coming from 3 different directions. How does that work? How are they attacking from 3 different sides if it's just one army? Well, I guess they can do that. They can split up their army the same way I can. Interesting move.
We have sighted the enemy.
All right, so here they come. I wonder if they're going to try and break through the barricade.
The enemy is attacking our general.
Is that so? We're going to keep things sped up here, see what they do. I mean, I'm not...
The tower has been totally destroyed.
I am not counting... Okay, they are attacking the barricade. But then again... Tell you what, let's get our archers over there. Alright, so let's slow things down. They're charging their first cavalry in. Let's see how they do. Alright, so they just charged straight into our spear wall. And they're dying. So we're going to put our archers here. Alright, they're charging their general in now.
The walls are under attack.
Interesting. If we kill their general, that could really help us with this. So let's actually have this unit join the battle here. You guys need to focus on that general. Kill him. It looks like we're also managing to kill their pikemen, their pike these are missionaries, mercenaries. Oh wow, yeah, their general is dying. If we kill their general, that'll really help. I might pause briefly to reform our battle lines once the general is dead. Okay, he's running. I don't think we're going to have a chance to actually kill him. Okay, that's fine. So let's take a second to reform the battle lines. Alright, so we've got their stationary testudo formed again. Looks like they broke through the barrier. So what we're now going to do... Actually, I think these archers are doing just fine where they are. But I want to move them again. Alright, so they have some... these are skirmisher cavalry. So these skirmishers are more able to hit me from a distance than their previous troops. Alright, we're going to put all of my troops in testudo. Except for these. Alright, now we're going to put these units against the wall. And hopefully do a lot of damage that way. There we go. This flaming shot does have a bonus against cavalry, so we're going to turn that on. So apparently crossbow flaming shot doesn't have a bonus against cavalry. Why are my cavalry running? My cavalry weren't even involved in the fight up to this point. That's stupid. We're doing pretty well. I mean, all things considered, we're holding the line right here. We've done this a few other times in the series, but they still have a number of men outside of the cavalry forces they're throwing at me that could do a lot of damage. We're just going to switch to standard shot. Because these guys are not spending their time really firing on... let's see if we can kill these pikemen while there's no one else here.
The enemy have rallied their units.
I don't know why my horsemen ran. That doesn't make any sense. Were they getting attacked from some other direction? Okay, let's pause for a moment, reform the battle lines again. This time, we're going to do things a little bit differently because our pikemen are mostly dead. We just want to do as much damage to these guys as we can. Actually, we're going to do this.
Quick march! Orders! We are losing our advantage.
All right, you guys form your testudos again. Who told you to go forward? What are you doing? No, 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 no. Get back here. I told them to form their testudo, and then they, like, got in a really weird position.
Advance at speed.
Oh, okay. There are ranged units back there. That's who killed my men. All right. Well, okay. I don't stand a chance if they're gonna be doing that. Tell you what. Let's put these archers there and see if they can cause a little bit of problems. But I didn't even notice them. I haven't noticed them this entire time. I feel like an idiot. All right. We've still done a good amount of damage, though. Speed things up a bit. Let these archers get in position and hopefully do a little bit of damage against these guys. Alright, so they're charging in again. Meanwhile, my archers are now able to fire on their archers. Ah, crap. They're all chickening out. Well, we didn't stand much of a chance to begin with. So this is what happens. But this is the last Hunnic stack, and we just dealt them a hell of a death blow. So we should be able to charge in with that army that's right next to them and just finish them off. And we'll still fight that battle, don't worry. I'm not going to auto-resolve it. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I am still in the fight. These units are not yet gone. Alright. However, I no longer have arrows to fire. Alright, we've got things on maximum speed. They've used most of their ammunition as well. They have no more ammunition from these units. So we just need them to charge in and try and take me on with the forces they have left. Which I think is what they're doing now. Let's slow things down. God, look at this just pile of horses and bodies. Alright, it's saying that the unit is winning decisively, so that's not a very good sign. Yeah, they're running. Alright, just gonna speed things up. Don't stand a chance. Valiant defeat. Hell yeah, it was valiant. We killed more men than we deployed. They only had 898 men to start, so no wonder the Huns were asking for peace. Okay. So they're probably going to burn Petra David to the ground, which is going to do nothing but piss me off. Because that's what the Huns do. They burn everything they touch. There it is. Ugh. Alright. So Petra David's been burned to the ground, but they have two armies in striking distance of them now. And it's the perfect time of year for a march. So bring it, guys. You're done. You are so done. Alright, so they're going to mess with me with their agents one last time. I can't wait for this to no longer be a thing. I would imagine within 3 or 4 episodes, we might be starting to think seriously about actually marching on the Italian peninsula and capturing Rome. That might be a little bit ambitious. I want to give the Picts every opportunity in the world to reform Rome, to rebuild Rome. Okay, so this army is... Let's see, which army is better? this army is completely healthy and ready to march. So if I send you to attack now, you will get a little bit of winter attrition.
Make haste, men.
Okay, good. All right, we're going to send this one to recolonize Petrodeva. We'll start rebuilding that immediately. Speaking of which, let's also look at Severia. Was it Sopiane? Yes, Sopiane is still being rebuilt. That's unfortunate. We spent a lot of time rebuilding that. It looks like there are some rebellious factions that are doing some rebuilding in this area. That's good. I think Verona was burned until recently. So the fact that that exists again, that indicates that someone else might be willing to rebuild Rome in the coming turns. I mean, I can rebuild Rome myself. If you're curious, if you're just joining the series and you don't know what my rationale is, I just want to be able to march on the Eternal City. The fact that it got burned to the ground is, you know, historically it's not... I mean, first of all, it's not accurate. You know, Rome was sacked, but it was never completely destroyed. But, like, the fact that it burned to the ground really, you know, I would like to give myself, if I can, the opportunity to actually have troops marching into Rome as part of the story of this series. I just think that that would be a really cool thing to do, as far as accomplishing the goals of this series as I laid them out. Let's see, this... army needs to come up here. Okay, good. He's in range, so we're going to colonize Galenus. Oh, we definitely have a lot to do here, so let's rebuild cattle herd. And then this army is now in striking distance of Silis, so we should be able to finish that off in a bit. So now we definitely, I mean, check this out. We've got this awesome unified empire in the east with no gaps anymore. All the territory is touching, and we are definitely going to be able to move on a lot of this territory very soon. I mean, it's going to happen quickly too, because a lot of the battles we're going to auto-resolve when they're insignificant, and then when we're fighting like for major cities, or we're fighting, you know, to finish off a powerful faction, then we'll fight those battles, just to make sure that we have the good climactic battle element that everyone loves about Total War. But anyway, yeah, I really want to try and bide my time and give these factions in the area a little bit more credit and a little bit more faith, and hopefully they will rebuild the Eternal City so we can actually march on it. But I don't have all the patience in the world. At some point, I just want to rebuild Rome and take it. I mean, one of my frequent commenters pointed out that, you know, you get to rebuild Rome. That's a cool thing, and I completely, totally agree with that sentiment. There's nothing visual to that. It'll just reappear on the map, and you'll never actually see it in the series. You'll never see troops marching through it. So anyway, I've explained my rationale enough. I just, you know, we are going to attack these guys in the next episode, and they're going to die, and it's going to be great, and I'm going to be excited because I think, hang on, let me see if my theory is confirmed here. Yeah, the leader icon for the Huns, this always shows where the leading army is, and the fact that this is where they are and they moved, I mean, there could potentially be another Hun attack somewhere, but I just don't think it's likely. I think this is it. I think they're almost dead. So we're going to finish them off, and we're going to finish them off handily in the very next episode. In the very next moments, actually, it's going to happen. So thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I upload new episodes in Eternal Empire every day at noon Eastern Daylight Time, which is GMT-4 for those of you not in the States. And comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in a bit.